And you mentioned Medicare for All. This week marks 13 years since the Affordable Care Act was passed into law, which led to a significant decline in uninsured Black Americans. But health disparities persist for many Black people in America. I know you support Medicare for All, and you are not the only Democrat to support the idea of Medicare for All. But how would you make it happen if you were president?
Well, first of all, the actual legislation does have to come from the legislative branch, obviously. My greatest contribution to that happening would be, number one, the conversation I have with the American people, which I believe is starting right now. I think a lot of people who are hearing me on this campaign point out that this is what we have. This is what the citizens of every other advanced democracy have. I don't know how many Americans realize that 18 million Americans cannot afford to fulfill their prescriptions given to them by the doctors. 68,000 Americans die every year from lack of health care. 85 million Americans are underinsured or uninsured. I'm sure most people listening right now know at least one person who is rationing their insulin. I think that what's happening in this country is that we are reaching the critical mass of enough is enough. Once there are enough people who realize it's time for this, we are not willing to just live our lives exploited like this. Our people are dying literally so that the insurance companies can make these tremendous profits. We have an $88 billion medical debt in this country. 1 in 4 Americans live with medical debt. Meanwhile, if you take the top 5 pharmaceutical companies and their profits of just in 1 year alone, that was $80 billion last year. People are getting to the point where I think they are willing to elect a leader who says, you know what, you have a right to be outraged about this, and we are going to do something about it. Then the people are still going to have to elect the Congress people and the senators who will bring it, but I'm going to be talking about it, not only with my power to sway whatever power I have to sway Congress, I'm going to be talking to the American people and inspiring them to speak to their Congress people, and I will, as opposed to the President Biden, who says that he would veto a Medicare for All bill, I will sign it with great joy.